Hey, it's me. So I'm parked out front of the house where I'm working right now. It is early February. I got dust on my lens. Maybe that's better. And I'm working on this house here. If you can see. I'm parked in my old beater truck out front of this house. And it is going to end up making me a lot less money than I should be paid, which for me is a normal circumstance. Today is TRUEsday, and I want to use Tuesdays when I can to be honest about my own situation and to tell you not some sort of politically ideological bit of wisdom or sort of partisan talking point, but the truth from my own experience and how I know it. And you've heard me talking a lot about victim thinking and how that's encouraged by the one ideology that I have now removed my support of and shifted allegiances to the other side. And I want to tell you how it is that I know this so completely in my bones, that thinking of yourself as a victim will slow you down, will weaken you, and will stop you ultimately. I know it because I do it. I think of myself as a victim, and it's a problem with me, and I'm getting much better at it. But that's why I'm 58 years old and still climbing ladders every day, and why I've never really made it in the singer-songwriter world. And you probably, most of you that are listening to this probably never taken the time to listen to my music, but when you do, you'll see that I'm really good at it. But I always assumed that everybody else got everything and I didn't. I was a weak little kid. I got beat up a lot when I was young, and I just took on this sort of victim mentality when I was young, and I became sort of expert at finding people who would feel sorry for me and not expect things from me because of it. And that is a losing proposition all around. It just doesn't do a person any good at all to think that way. And it's in psychological terms, I think it's called externalizing, when you put the cause of your problem sort of out there. It's those people, it's the weather, it's the illegal immigrants, it's whatever, it's the that slowed me down and make it so hard to make any money doing it. That means I've got to charge very little. That means I have to sort of undervalue myself. That means I have to come in with estimates that nobody can resist, and therefore when the work gets a little complicated, I end up taking it in the shorts. Because I've developed the habit over the years of undervaluing myself in terms of my ability to stand up against the forces outside of me. I don't think I'm up to the task somehow. So so I'm always afraid I won't get the job. I don't have enough swagger in my world. And the same was true of the music. I saw lots of people that weren't getting it, and I didn't have anybody around that would tell me, look, figure out what they're doing and outwork them. Find out what you're really good at, home in on that, get that tight and well presented, know who you are, and get to work. And don't take no, and be persistent and be consistent. Be good at what you do, and then assume the best. Have some faith in yourself. Don't look at the outside world and see a block behind everything. Oh, the people at the music festivals, they won't book me because I'm not right for them because of this, because of that, because this is all excuse making. It's the same thing that we encourage if we tell people that everybody that you meet, if we tell a woman, oh, there's a glass ceiling waiting for you everywhere you look. People are going to pay you less, like that bullshit Obama laid on them all the other night with the 77 cents on the dollar, all that nonsense. What they're trying to do is they're trying to make you dependent upon them because they want to be your savior. And they want to help you to externalize everything, to put everything outside of you. It's the people that have more money. It's the people that are white. It's the people who are male. It's whatever it is. I mean, I'm white male, and nobody ever came by and dropped off any power to me. I never got any power in the world. I can be just as disempowered as anybody else by believing myself to be disempowered. I had some different methods for finding my own disempowerment. If I had been black, maybe I would have just said, well, I can never make it in the music business. I'm black. They wouldn't accept me. Or I can't make it in the business world or whatever, so I better take this day job and do the best I can with it. To believe that the solution lies outside you to a problem that also lies outside you is to be forever in the power of others. If you believe that the problem is within you, as I know that my problem is within me, that when I am weak and indecisive and I allow the confidence to ebb, it's because I'm not taking responsibility generally. I'm not taking care of my shit. I'm not doing the doing, as my great mentor used to tell me. Do the doing. Keep your side tight. When I don't do that, and I allow myself to say, oh, it doesn't matter anyway, because I'm never going to get the opportunity. No one's ever going to give me a break. Then I make that be true. That prophecy fulfills itself all too readily. So my advice is not because I do the opposite and therefore I know because of my great success. You don't want to listen to my advice because I heard somewhere that this is true and I went out and have always done it this way and look at me and I'm just in such wonderful shape. You want to listen to my advice because I didn't take this advice and I'm a 58-year-old guy with a lifetime of not taking the advice that I'm giving you. And that is what has created the life that I have now, where I don't make much money. I don't have much in the way of a future. And I'm basically going around sweeping up the crumbs from the people who did go out there and learn early on to take responsibility for their actions, to understand that when things didn't work out right, they had the power to fix it, because the reason it didn't work out right was 90% them anyway. So they could fix that. That's empowering. If I know that the reason I'm taking into the shorts here is because I didn't have the confidence and the balls to ask for what I need, or I didn't take the time when I was doing the estimate to really examine it closely. I didn't do either of those things. Or I was afraid that there was some other estimate that would come in that would be more attractive than mine, and I was fearful of being unemployed. Again, to not have the balls to ask for what I really need. And it makes me unhappy. I then am not as fun to work with because I'm a little cranky. It doesn't do anybody any good. What am I going to save this guy $300 or $400? And I'm going to be poverty stricken. I'm going to end up making about $15 an hour on this job. This guy didn't do that to me. And I'm going to come out of this job feeling victimized? Well, not if I can help it. I've got to learn this, and I'm still in the process of learning this. The world I grew up in didn't teach me this. So I have to learn it myself. And as I'm learning it, I want you to learn it too. So if you're young and you're just getting going in the world, or older like I am, throw off all that shit. Don't blame other people. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. There's always somebody who's got something that you want is not going to share it with you. It's not their responsibility. It's not their responsibility to make my life happen. It's my responsibility. And for every year that I've hid from that knowledge and surrounded myself with nice, gentle women who I would say, I can't, it's not my fault. The weather turned on me. I had to compete with younger people that could work for less money. The other singer-songwriters are getting the breaks, I'm not getting it. It's not my fault. There, Dave. Oh, it's okay, honey. Here, have a cocktail. I'll make you a drink. And then we'll, I selected enablers and people who wouldn't hold me to the high standard. And now, late in life, I'm doing the opposite. I'm trying to put ball busters in my life that will hear my excuses as being what they are, and will say, dude, enough of that shit. You will get what you earn, and you will be as good as you practice, and you will be as good as the practices that you put into your life. So anyway, that's me. I've got to get back to work because I'm here and this is my responsibility, and no one's going to do it for me. So anyway, that's TRUEsday. So that was some true shit about me. And I'm going to turn this off now. If you like what I'm doing, subscribe to my channel, okay?